The penultimate round of the 1950 Formula 1 season brought the drivers to France, to the fast and unforgiving circuit of Reims-Gueux, just 2 weeks after the Belgian Grand Prix. In the aftermath of that race, Staf had taken his car back to his own workshop, determined to understand why the engine had failed so suddenly. He examined every detail, every component, but found no clear cause. With no answers, he could only hope the engine would last a full distance this time. The retirement at Spa had weighed heavily on him. He felt he had let down the home crowd, but dwelling on it would change nothing. With the support of his wife, Marie, he found the strength to move forward. In the days before leaving for France, Staf and Marie invited Johnny Claes to their home. Over dinner, they shared stories from the season so far. Marie listened closely, asking questions, beginning to understand the world her husband had thrown himself into. Later that evening, the conversation turned to the race ahead. Johnny warned Staf about the nature of Reims. Its long punishing straights. The engine, he cautioned, could overheat once again. Staf took the warning seriously. In France, he would pay close attention to the cooling. Soon, it was time to leave. Staf said his goodbyes to Marie and young Sebastian, then set off for France. In the paddock, he was greeted by familiar faces: Fangio, Farina, Ascari, Whitehead, and many others. But beyond the usual rivalries, something greater loomed over the weekend. This race could change the course of the championship. Prince Bira and Nino Farina arrived, separated by just a single point. And now I will show you the first practice results. Staf Vermeulen surprisingly takes P1 in the practice session with a 2:38.483. Then comes Juan Manuel Fangio in second place, and last race winner Luigi Fagioli comes home in third place. Then we have Farina and Ascari in the top 5. Then Rosier, Bira, Chiron, Whitehead, Parnell, Cabantou, Sommer, Serafini and Étincelin in P14. And here we have the second part of the free practice results. Robert Manzon is in 15th place. Then we have Gerard, Chabot, Tulo de Graffenried, Luigi Villoresi, Felice Bonetto, Pozzi, Gus Harrison, Jeff Crossley, Franco Roll, Pierre Levesque, Harry Schell, Maurice Trintignant and David Hampshire. And here the final part, Franco Comotti, Tony Branca, Gonsalvo Sanesi and Gonzalez in 32nd place. Here we are, ready for qualifying. As you can hear, it is a wet track, it is not raining, but it is a wet qualifying session. Staf is ready to show what he has got in the rain, in wet conditions. Now, before we continue, I'm going to take you out of the immersion a little bit. I have no replays for the French Grand Prix. Every time I load up the French Grand Prix with 32 drivers, in free practice, qualifying or replay, the game crashes out. So unfortunately for this Grand Prix there will be no replays. It will be all on board, everything Staf sees. Staf is ready to go onto his first flying lap, crosses the start-finish line and is on his first and only flying lap around this French Grand Prix circuit, the Circuit de Reims-Gueux. He goes through corner 1, turn 1, flat out. Actually, most of the corners are flat out. There are only 3 heavy braking zones. One of them comes at a hill. Here we have the first braking zone. He brakes, shifts down to second gear and turns in. It's a slow corner, 50 kilometers an hour. As you can see, Staf has issues with acceleration, but he doesn't know how to deal with that yet, but he has tuned his car so it has a massive top speed. He has noticed that in the free practice he could overtake them just based on speed, the other competitors that is. And he goes through another turn flat out and his speed is ramping up. He hopes he gets a good time. He wants to please the crowd, you know how he is. He wants to put on a good race. Then the left turn kink, flat out. And here we have the hill. He has to brake early because of the wet track. Shifts down to third. the hill down, brakes a little more, loses control almost, but makes the turn at 50 kilometers an hour, and then into the longest straight, one of the longest straights of the track. He builds up speed slowly, but it will get there at around 223 kilometers an hour. Do not forget that it is a wet track. The braking zones are earlier. He has to brake earlier than normal. He knows where to brake. He knows where to brake. If the camera, you noticed that if the camera is close to the bottom right of his windscreen, he has to brake. He's at top speed, top gear, top speed. He sees the camera, brakes heavily, shifts down to second gear and turns in at a higher speed than the other corners. It's a higher speed corner than the others, and then he's on the start-finish straight and he's going to ramp up the speed again. This is a circuit with only a lot of straights. What will his time be? He's already 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the road. What will his time be? He sees the grandstands, that means the start-finish line is close by. It will be a 2:43, 2:24. Staf is waiting patiently for the start of the French Grand Prix. He's eagerly waiting the start. Here are the final qualifying results for the French Grand Prix. Juan Manuel Fangio takes his first pole position ever. Next to him is Luigi Fagioli. Then in third position we have the title contender Nino Farina. After that we have Louis Rosier, Alberto Ascari, Louis Chiron and our hero Staf Vermeulen in seventh position. The other title contender, Prince Vira, lines up next to Staf Vermeulen in eighth place. Then we have Rick Parnell, Robert Manzon, Peter Whitehead, Theodorus Serafini, Philippe Tancelin, Yves Giraud, Cabantou, Bonetto, Gerard, Sommer, Pozzi, Eugène Chabot, Tulo de Graffenried in P20, then Villoresi in P21, Shell 22nd, Crosley 23rd, Cut Harrison in 24th, then we have Levesque, Branca, Hampshire, Franco Roll, and then in 29th position we have José Froilán González. In 30th position we have Consalvo Sanesi in the other Alfa Romeo, a long ways off from his teammates. Then in 31st position we have Maurice Trintignant, and then in last place Franco Comotti. Here we are, ready for the start. Staf is awaiting the green flag and they are off. Staf has a lot of wheel spin, but he's in fifth position now. But as you know, the acceleration for Staf's car is not the best. He drops back to seventh position, but he has survived the start, so that's good for Staf Vermeulen. He's now chasing after Rick Parnell. Will he be able to catch him? I don't know. He's coming in closer. He has his line set. Okay, Parnell goes right, Parnell goes left, and Parnell comes back right, and Staf lightly touches him. What a move that was by Parnell. You cannot move twice in the same move or defensive action. And now he is back in seventh position. He was sixth momentarily because of that crash by Parnell, but now he's back seventh. Peter Whitehead is in front of him. A lot of people have retired already. Chiron, Chabot, Cabantou have retired already. And now Pozzi has also retired. Through the right-hand kink, chasing after Peter Whitehead in P6. Serafini behind him. Will he be able to get them? Ascari is in front of him. Will Staf Vermeulen get Ascari? He will in the inside just before the hill section. Yes, he has gotten Ascari. Now the right-hander. But what is this? Ascari may have cut the corner, but that's okay. Staf will probably get him with the top speed of his Talbot Lago, the modification that he has made himself. This is a long lap. Serafini is behind him. Look in the mirrors. Serafini is closing in on Staf. Will Serafini be able to get him? Serafini is looking at a line for overtaking, but it seems like that Serafini cannot overtake him, and Staf is going on the inside or around Ascari like there was nothing to it. It was as if Ascari was standing still. What a moment. Okay, now a heavy braking zone for Staf Vermeulen. He goes in second gear, takes it at 70 kilometers an hour, as you know from the qualifying session, and now he is going after Peter Whitehead. Staf is momentarily 6th position, Whitehead 5th, Serafini 7th. Serafini seems to have taken Ascari as well. And it's Serafini hunting Staf Vermeulen once again. We are close to the end of the first lap. I wanted to say final lap, but it is the first lap, and Staf is 6th position after the first lap. Serafini is close, but he's gaining time on Peter Whitehead. Oh, Whitehead ahead. Whitehead is crashing ahead, meaning Staf gets P5, and Prince Bira is in front of him. Will Staf take Bira? Yes. In the next lap, lap 3, Bira is 5th. That is not good for his championship hopes. What a move by Vermeulen. Then, later on lap 3, we have Serafini and Prince Bira fighting for P4. They are within a second of each other. Vermeulen, Serafini and Bira. Then, lap 4. Nino Farina has set the fastest lap. Or no, he has not set fast lap, he's taken the lead. Unfortunately, I cannot show you replays. Then Serafini is closing in on Staf because of Serafini's better acceleration. But that's okay. Look at how close he is. Oh, will he be able to get him? Will he be able to get him? No. Serafini stays behind Vermeulen. Staf is getting the speed that he needs on the straights of this circuit. And Serafini is definitely close. This is a nice battle for P4. Staf will not be able to get P3, unfortunately. Okay, we're on the start-finish straight on lap 4. On the right we have Serafini, and it is a drag race between the two of them, but Staf Vermeulen's speed is greater. He will be able to keep P4 for the moment. He will be able to keep P4 for the moment. Yes, a second ahead now. Oh, and Serafini has lost control. You saw that in the mirrors. And here we have the one of the actions on lap 7. We see that Vermeulen has to lap a car, no problem. Then on lap 10 we have another lapped car that Staf is lapping. So yeah, everything's going great. P4 is his space, his spot. Then on the hill section, Staf makes a mistake, loses control. Luckily he sets the gears into neutral, making sure the engine doesn't stall, and then he gets stuck a little bit. Does he stall the engine? No. Serafini has overtaken him. Okay, the engine has not stalled. He can keep going. What a mistake for Staf. Now he's P5 on lap 10. Then we go a lap later, there is a lapped car. Staf is hurrying up to lap it, but he brakes too late and is about to crash. He crashes. No, he lost control. He manages to avoid a crash, but has he stalled the engine on lap 11. He is now P6. Sanisi has overtaken him. Prince Bira has overtaken him. And Luigi Villoresi has overtaken him. Oh, he can finally restart this engine. Now he's P8. Will he be able to get back into the points paying positions? Only time will tell. What a race this is, ladies and gentlemen. Then on lap 12, Serafini on the left. Serafini retires. And on the right you have Gonçalves Sanisi also retiring. He is now P6, and there you have Prince Bira very close to Staf Vermeulen. Staf is gaining time and time on the cars ahead, the faster cars ahead. How does he do it? And here we have the Prince Bira overtake. Will he overtake Prince Bira? Yes, he does. Staf takes Prince Bira. That is not good for Prince Bira. He is outside of the points. Then Prince Bira on the left. Will he fight back Prince Bira? No, I don't think so. Staf keeps him behind, which is good for Staf. He will be probably finishing in the points. Then Prince Bira is still fighting back. Prince Bira is next to Staf, side by side at the hill section. No, not the hill section, I'm sorry, on the longest straight. It is a drag race once again. Prince Bira wants that points position because he wants to fight for that championship. He is still in the lead with 16 points, Prince Bira is, but Staf's top speed, well, yeah, keeps Prince Bira behind. Prince Bira now is second behind Staf Vermeulen. And here we have Luigi Villoresi up ahead. Let's look at how close he is, Staf, to Luigi Villoresi. Will he finally be able to take P4? He is so close, but Villoresi's car is so much faster on the acceleration. Staf always loses time there. And here we have it again. Here Staf is very close. He will make an attempt at an overtake. Not really. But he's so close, he can almost touch Villoresi's car. But then again, the acceleration. Here we have the hill section, the left kink, and Villoresi is still close. Staf brakes a little later in hopes of trying to overtake Villoresi. And he does make an attempt at the right-hand corner. He touches or brushes the car, but the acceleration is the issue for Staf's Talbot Lago. And here we have the right-hand kink after the start-finish line. Staf is as close as he ever gets to Luigi Villoresi. He finally, on lap 20, overtakes Luigi Villoresi, but Villoresi seems to make a mistake and crashes. You can hear the thump of the car against the hay bales, meaning Villoresi will lose time. Then on lap 21 we have another lapped car, but Staf has learned from his mistakes, brakes a little earlier, lets the car go, and will overtake or lap him after the corner where it is safer to do so. Staf is the guy that learns from his mistakes. Then on lap 24 there are people entering the pits. It is Fagioli and Farina entering the pits. But what's this? What is this? They seem to have lightly crashed a little. They have retired in the pits. What does this mean? Staf is P4. That means Staf will inherit P2 because two people have crashed in front of him. Is this true? Is this true? We are on the start-finish straight, and yes, on the right you can see the drivers, their cars. Staf has inherited P2 from Fagioli and Farina. We are now on lap 25. And what's this? Juan Manuel Fangio is now coming into the pits, but he has retired. He has crashed too into the pits. We are on the start-finish straight. Wait, what does this mean for Staf? Staf is second. Juan Manuel Fangio was leading. Staf will inherit P1 from Fangio. Look at him on the right. Staf Vermeulen is leading the Grand Prix with 5 laps remaining. And here we have Staf still in P1 on lap 30. He now sets the fastest lap of the race for the moment. This is the final lap of the race. Will Staf's dream of finally winning a Grand Prix become reality? He had not hoped this for this season. He had hoped for good points, yes, but he could not dream of this win. This is the final lap into a heavy braking zone. I don't know what to say anymore. anymore. But Staf is ecstatic. This is nerve-wracking for Staf Vermeulen, and this is nerve-wracking for Johnny Klaas in the pits. He doesn't know if Staf will cross the finish line in first place. The engine has not overheated for the entirety of the race. Villoresi is 30 seconds ahead, but he seems to be losing time more and more. Villoresi has retired. What is this? Villoresi retired. There is no threat for Staf anymore. He can win this race. We are at the hill section, the left kink. Oh my god, this is happening. Staf takes it easy, takes a careful line, brakes carefully as to not make a mistake. He wants this win. He has tasted it at Indy. At Indianapolis 500, there was a chance for him to win that race on pure pace at America, in the United States of America. Now his car was only good for P4. If even that. There were faster cars behind him, but the top speed of Staf Vermeulen's car is amazing. He made the good modifications. There is no threat for him anymore. Staf Vermeulen will win this Grand Prix. Into the final braking zone he goes. He brakes hard, carefully, as to not make a mistake, and takes a careful line, and then powers out of the final corner of the French Grand Prix, and he's on the start-finish straight. He knows he will win this race. He had not hoped for it. What a race this was. What a stroke of luck this was. The three Alfa Romeos had always changed positions for the lead. They were exchanging fastest laps. He sees the grandstands, he sees the checkered flag, and Staf Vermeulen is the Grand Prix winner! What a race for Staf Vermeulen! Here we have the standings for the French Grand Prix. Vermeulen has won the race and takes the fastest lap. Bira has come home in second, extending his championship lead. Then we have de Graffenried in third position. Roll and Gonzalez close off the top 5 and the points paying positions. Then we have Comotti, Villoresi, Sommer, Hampshire, Harrison, Gerard, Fangio, Fagioli, Farina, Sanesi, Ascari, Serafini, Shell, Branca, Whitehead, Crosley, Manzon, Trintignant, Parnell, Levesque, Rosier, Étancelin, Bonetto, Chabot, Chiron, Pozzi, and Cabantou. Here we have the standings after the French Grand Prix. Bira has extended his lead, and now Vermeulen is also in title contention in second place. Farina has scored no points and is third with 15 points. These three are the title contenders. Then we have de Graffenried, Sanesi, Roll, Gerard, Chiron, Fagioli, Pozzi, Fangio, Johnson, Comotti, Hampshire, Harrison, Whitehead, Gonzalez, Shell, and Crosley, the final points paying position or the final points scorer of this season for the moment. The engine held, no overheating, no failure, and Staf could hardly believe it. Somehow, through determination, pace, and a touch of fate, he had won the French Grand Prix. His name now stood alongside the greats of this era: Fangio, Ascari, and the others who had defined Grand Prix racing. It was a result he had never dared to expect. On pure pace alone, his car was no better than fourth. He had been certain the faster machines would catch him, but on the long straights of Reims, his top speed kept him in the fight. Then came the moment that changed everything. The three leaders, Luigi Fagioli, Juan Manuel Fangio, and Nino Farina, all came into pit. They entered too fast. A small mistake, but enough. The three cars collided lightly, yet hard enough to cause damage. And just like that, Staf inherited the lead. From that moment on, he never looked back. Lap after lap, he held his nerve, while Johnny Klaas urged him on from the pit wall. And then, at last, the checkered flag fell. Staf Vermeulen had won. Back in the pits, this belief turned to pure joy. Staf leapt into Johnny's arms, both men overwhelmed by what they had just achieved. One by one, rival drivers came forward, shaking their hands and offering their congratulations. Moments later, the full picture became clear. Prince Bira had finished second, extending his championship lead. Nino Farina, meanwhile, had scored no points, dropping back in the standings. And Staf was now second in the championship. 9 points to his name, 8 for the victory and 1 for the fastest lap. He was no longer just surviving in Formula 1, he was fighting for the title. In his interviews with the newspapers, Staf remained humble. He admitted he had never expected to be in this position, and doubted whether he could truly challenge at the final round in Monza. The very next day, he returned home to Belgium. He embraced Marie and told her everything. She was overjoyed for the victory and for what it meant. But the final battle still lay ahead. In 2 months' time, in Italy, the championship would be decided.